Hi everyone, my name's Anne, Dizzy Ann. My story is based on anxiety, gentamicin, and keeping active. I was diagnosed in 2015. That's when I actually started the Meniere support group. I went to a general practitioner, and once I was diagnosed, he gave me a script and basically said, get on with your life. Was I scared? Yes. I struggle with anxiety. The fear of the unknown of Meniere really upset me. I didn't know what MD was. What if I have another attack? I couldn't accept I had this MD. I lost my confidence, the loss of independence, like I stopped driving, I gave up work, stopped going to restaurants, cancelled family and friend functions. I felt I was complaining all the time. Diet change, salt reduction. I'm from a Lebanese background, and salt is part of our vocab, so that was quite a challenge. But I'm very lucky. I have a very supportive partner who helped me get through those dark times. What helped me? You did. The support group has been my lifesaver. My attitude, I had to change my attitude, and so I really worked on that. And then I kept focusing what I can do as opposed to what I can't do. I took Circ and I took Stamitol, but I only took Stamitol when I really, really felt I absolutely had to. I'm not a person who takes a lot of medication. My lifestyle, I try to keep a healthy lifestyle. I drank lots of water. I was on a strict low salt, low sugar diet. I cut down on my caffeine and alcohol. Well, I only drink one glass of wine every now and then. I started to walk short distances when I felt okay, and then slowly I increased this over time. On bad days, I rested. I also started walking in sand. That's really good for your balance and concentration. Supermarkets, well, we all know what supermarkets are like. So I started with small steps. I'd go in for a couple of minutes, I'd leave. Next time I'd go in for a little bit longer, and then I slowly increased it in time. I kept looking straight ahead, kept focusing on a fixed point. That really helped a lot. As you can probably tell, anxiety, I have high anxiety, so that's a really big trigger for me. So how do I keep calm? Support group was number one. That really, really helped me keep calm, believe it or not. At home, what do I do? I cook. I started, trying out new recipes. Took up sketching, terrible drawer, but yeah, that's quite calming actually. Listen to podcasts. I still laugh at this. I started crocheting, and I crocheted a blanket. It took me 3 years to do it, but it really, really helped me. I stick positive sayings on the fridge. Things like, I'm still the same person. I try not to focus on what I can't do, but what I can do. I learned it's okay to scream, shout, cry, whinge, feel sorry for yourself. It helps you get through those dark times. Then you move on. Over a period of time, my confidence grew. I challenged myself, small steps at a time. And I always had my phone with me. I really found that helped me. Challenges, yeah, just one step at a time. My first one was flying to Melbourne. I was determined to do that. I went on my own. So flying is absolutely fine. It's just the airport that did my head in. The glass, the shiny floors, lots of people, lots of noise. You just, go into a corner and somewhere quiet and just hope the plane isn't delayed. So 2.5 years later, I decided I might try gentamicin. I did a lot of research. Really, I did about 6 months research into this. It was a huge decision. And I've learned that this is not favoured by many, but that was my personal choice. I guess the only fear I had was, will I be bilateral? But I think, we all have that fear, whether you've had gentamicin or not. After the gentamicin, I saw a vestibular physiotherapist who was really wonderful. She gave me lots of exercise to do, which I practice on a daily basis. And after a couple of months, life started, becoming fairly normal. I decided to really challenge myself. So I went on a 6-day hike along the Great Ocean Road National Park. That with me, I took my stocks, medication, water, food, and an emergency beacon. That's actually my security blanket, and a phone, plus my travelling mate. I then started walking in water. I put a waist float around my stomach, and then I just go up and down the pool. Then I took the float off and just started walking in the pool without this float. And then later I started freestyle, and I'm still swimming today. Ping pong, yeah, I started playing ping pong of all things. That's really good for eye-body coordination, and it's a lot of fun too, and it keeps you fit. Then cycling. Well, you all know that I've done a lot of research into cycling, and as my physiotherapist says, why not? Go for it, which I did. Now, how am I now? I still get dizzy, and sometimes I have bad days, but I don't get the spins and I don't get the vomiting. And I am convinced that when I'm really dizzy, that it's because I'm very anxious for some reason or another, or high humidity, or I push myself too hard. I overtire myself. So what's next for me? I'm a candidate for a cochlear implant. Will I do it? I don't know. I'm just not ready for it yet. Perhaps down the track. I'm relying on my hearing aids at the moment and hoping my hearing loss doesn't get worse in my good ear. To sum it up, as you all know, we are all different. What works for you and what works for me is two different things. But just remember, we are all friends with Meniere's. We all help each other, so let's keep up that support. It really works wonders. My tips: if you have a medical practitioner you don't trust or you don't like, stop. Don't go anymore. It's just not worth it. Just move on. Diet: stick to your low salt, low sugar. Drink a lot of water and cut back on alcohol and caffeine. Listen to your body. If it says stop, then stop. Keep active but within your limits. Carry your phone and meds with you all the time. If you live alone or are a single parent, have someone you trust to help when you need. The hard one is how to manage your stress and anxiety. This group can really give you some great advice on how you can manage this. And I repeat, never let things you can't do prevent you from the things you can do. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all you dizzies out there. You've been a wonderful support. And I'd also like to thank the great medical practitioners we have who have guided us through this journey we're on. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.